Okay. Thankfully, that did not go on for too long. But OBS just updated and it had the wrong device selected for my microphone. I don't know why it does that. But either way, I'm actually motivated today. I want to finish Brawl. I want to finish Subspace. It's funny, when I woke up, I was like, oh no, it's one more day till the fascists get all the power. Uh, yeah, I guess. Another one of those morbidly funny things. You could argue that the fascists already had basically all the power since, you know, the Democrats basically stopped trying after the... I mean, you could argue they weren't trying up until the election anyways, but they really, really stopped trying after the... after they lost the 2024 election by, I think, like a 1.5% margin or something like that. Not saying they have no power right now. They'll just have the rest they need. Oh yeah. They'll like they'll be signing on the dotted line basically tomorrow, which is unfortunate because it's also my sister's birthday tomorrow. So I'll probably just focus on celebrating her birthday and stuff. That might be nice. Fox and Pikachu. Is your sister secretly Trump? Maybe. I've yet to ask her about this. There's a lot. I could probably start just by going through here. Let me pull up my notepad document. There we go. I'm so used to... I've been playing Pokemon Mythics Arceus, which is a ROM hack of Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I'm used to it being up on the D-pad to call up, like, the map. So that taunt at the beginning was, like, completely by accident. What is my cat doing? Can you see? Yeah? You see that? Squeaker, what are you doing? Okay. Alright. He's digging around under the covers on my bed. It's quite funny. But yeah, this is the door I need to go through. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm going all the way to the... I'm going all the way to the right on this one. Also, in between last time and now, I've been playing Melee, so my skills in Brawl are very rusty. Can't believe when I opened TikTok, it literally said Trump will help us. Yeah, okay, I can talk about that a little bit. So, the TikTok ban, I've been on record before saying that I didn't think they were going to ban TikTok, but I was wrong, and they did. And it actually, you know, it makes a lot of sense why they did. In fact, they've admitted exactly why they wanted to do it openly. It's because that TikTok was home to a lot of left-leaning and particularly pro-Palestine content. And the United States, first and foremost, is concerned with making sure that narratives that the United States is not in control of don't propagate on social media. Or at least that aren't, like, compatible with American geopolitical interests. And being pro-Palestine is one of them. So... both Republicans and Democrats alike joined forces to ban TikTok, which was used by a lot of fucking people in America. In fact, I think 170 million Americans had, like, used TikTok or something like that. It was a lot, you know? Wow, you fall really far in this game. Democrats treat the Republicans like, you treat far left. I only wish. The Democrats are really, really, vigilant in pursuing the far left as political opposition. The Democrats went fully on board with the Republicans. And then they actually uh, ended up basically, like, taking the reins on advocating for the TikTok ban. Seriously, I remember seeing a couple of initial hearings where the Democrats were kind of, like, taking a backseat, and the Republicans were saying that, like, oh, TikTok is Chinese propaganda or whatever. But it's lately been mostly the Democrats saying those things, which then gives the Republicans and Trump an easy opportunity to sneak in and be like, yeah, you know, we can save TikTok or whatever. Like, you know, like whatever the TikTok CEOs and corpos are saying. You know what I mean? That note is there for a purpose, and that is because Trump wants to get an easy political win. Bringing TikTok back would actually be a very, very easy political win. And then he gets to say, like, yeah, it was the Democrats that banned TikTok. And technically, he's right. Biden signed that bill into law. Here, let's go... Let me go back this way, I guess. I'm not alive. Like, we want to come to the country, Democrats sleeping. We want healthcare. Democrats wake up immediately. Like, oh yeah, I get what you mean. That, like, all of a sudden, whenever it's, like, somebody expressing distaste for the healthcare system, it's, like, all hands on deck, but when there's an actual problem, nobody cares. I get it. But yeah, I genuinely didn't expect initially the TikTok ban to go through because so many people used it, and I thought that, like, business interests would be kind of upset by it. But now I realize that, like, the business interests weren't going to be all that upset by it anyways, because they've sort of provided a specific opening for TikTok to come back, if that makes sense. What's up, Real Cryoraptor? Went to Walmart recently, saw cabinet locked, and they had to walk around, unlocked everything per customer. Made me feel sad. Yes, and that is the that is an unfortunate feature of capitalism, that it's not enough that the public commons be legally kept out of the hands of people who you know need to go to the store to get some stuff. They have to also be physically locked out of the hands of people, which is fucked up. Is this where I think it is? No. Need to go back through here. There's only one employee there. Yeah, that's part of the state of brick and mortar stores. They're just, you know, relentlessly cutting corners because that saves them money. I don't think there's anything up here. Yeah, no, this is not where I want to be. TikTok is banned. Yes, indeed it is. But if you've seen the message that displays on TikTok, there's sort of they're basically like doing a big old Pepe post about it, where they're like, oh no, if only President Trump would fix this, which, you know, provides a specific opening, since Joe Biden signed the that bill into law. It provides a very, very convenient opening for Trump to like, I don't know, secure some kind of sweetheart deal. They're just asking about losing their influence on the web. Who is the Republicans? Because yeah, like there is a concerted effort to control and censor the internet in ways that are more advantageous to American geopolitical interests. Republicans losing influence. What world are you living in? It's not Republicans specifically losing influence, but rather like even, you know, the Fox News hosts were actually surprisingly open about this, that they were like, we can't allow media in the, you know, in the public space that isn't controlled by American interests, right? Like, And in fact, what they name dropped was that, like, oh, it's pro-China and not pro-Israel, so we have to ban it, which is straightforwardly the motivation behind banning TikTok. What the fuck? None of my attacks landed. God, this game. I'm remembering how much this game feels like ass to play. Exactly what I'm saying. Well, yeah. Reality's starting to feel like the Star Wars original trilogy now. Buddy, who do you think the Empire was based on in the Star Wars original trilogy? Have you seen the George Lucas interview? The Empire is the United States. And the rebels are the Viet Cong. That was the Star Wars original trilogy. That was the storyline. The big bad American Empire was invading and propagating an authoritarian regime based on wealth extraction, profit, and labor exploitation in the galaxy, or Vietnam, I guess. And the rebels banded together, decided, yeah, you know what, that's fucked up, actually. You know, what if we didn't? And they fought back. And of course, the very authoritarian and exploitative regime is all about the whole peace and stability line, because, you know, yeah. US had basically infinite influence over the internet till TikTok came along. More or less, right? China had influence over the internet, but it was in a very contained way. You know, the Great Firewall of China and stuff like that. It wasn't until, I think, TikTok that China was able to have, I guess, I don't know, some semblance of influence outside of that, really. Apart from, you know, the fact that they have massive market share. Hey, sweet. Fundamentally, this is more about wanting to build a great firewall of America, basically. You know, the United States saw the Great Firewall of China, and they're like, we want to do that. Squeaker, there's nothing. You've seen what's in there, Squeaker. She's clawing at the door to my closet. Squeaker, you know what's in there. I've opened the door for you before. There's nothing in there. Somehow those didn't hit me. And I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm a genius. We're gonna have be like Obi-Wan hide that we're a Jedi, but just replace Jedi with leftists. Yeah, actually, kind of. Especially because I believe that the United States has started to monitor people who have negative views of the health insurance industry. Like, literally, they're starting to keep tabs on anybody that doesn't like the current healthcare system. Which, at the same time, is like, scary, but also, like, good fucking luck, right? Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm dead. Also, this guy is slightly bigger than regular Captain Falcon, and he's dead. Okay. They can get us alone, but not together. That's exactly right. That's the power of organizing and stuff. The more big of a fuss it is to you know, suppress a political movement and stuff, the more inclined governments are to just kind of let it be or like not do it. And the more blowback they get, the more blowback there is for breaking up such a big thing, you know? They're all slightly bigger than their usual character. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah. But yeah, it really does seem like, yeah, hey, Squeaker. Okay, now she wants to... It really does seem like the United States is doubling back into isolationism, at least in so far as the information economy and other associated things. Like, we basically trying to insulate the American population from the rest of the world, in ways that would be convenient to the American military-industrial complex and stuff like that. And the reason I mentioned the military-industrial complex is because Israel's a really big component of this. And Israel, as you know, even though yes, like yeah, obviously Israel is a different country with separate laws and stuff. Israel is basically just an avatar of the interests of the military-industrial complex of the United States, particularly, but in some ways also the West at large. You know. And it's really, really, like, petty and ridiculous, but that is almost the whole reason that TikTok was banned. Where are we going? I'm going to the left. Okay. Huh. I tried to air dodge through those. Oh well, it's fine. Okay. So I want to go up, back to that other place. If it wasn't for the internet, they'd probably already try to get started with the death camp. You know, in a way, yeah. I think there is a there's a logic to that argument. What is going on? Okay. I'm alive? Thanks. Going through the door. Okay. You know, it's not an accident that in other genocides, like the Uyghur genocide in China, which has actually since simmered down a little bit, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong on this, but it has since actually simmered down to boilerplate, like, ethnic supremacist oppression that doesn't fully go to genocidal territory, specifically because there was so much attention directed to it from media outlets, particularly Western media outlets, of course. But, like, more eyes being on, like, a horrific event is somewhat of a deterrent to that horrific event escalating beyond what it already has. Does that make sense? It's the same reason that the Uyghur genocide wasn't carried out, like, to completion, or has at least slowed down, is the same reason that Israel has been, like, targeting reporters and like destroying journalists' homes and trying to knock out the internet infrastructure first and foremost in Gaza, because they don't want people watching. If people are watching, then people have visual reference with which to object to Israel's actions. You know, it's much more difficult for a political sentiment against a genocide to manifest in the abstract without visual, like, confirmation of that genocide. It's a very lizard-brained thing, but it really does have to be, like people are watching the horrible shit happens in order for action to be taken against it, you know? Am I dead? Not quite. That's the median voter for you. Yeah, well, it's also, it's people in general, right? In the absence of, like, a very specifically humanizing force, it's difficult for people, even very intelligent people, to feel a degree of, like, genuine emotional attachment to a person or group of people. Like, if you've only heard about them, haven't had any real, like, either contact or, like, visual confirmation of their existence and stuff. You know what I mean? For me, it's fun to help people, and that's good. I think you know, doing good things is good, and doing bad things is bad. Very bold take from leftist Twitch channel. Get out of here. I'm at 581%. I'm getting ping-ponged back and forth. Okay, where's the... There's one over there, but I think I actually want to try to go for... I want to try to go this way first. Yeah, only in Subspace. That's one of the fun things about Subspace. You live for hell long, because everything does a lot of damage, but for many things, you actually don't get that much knockback. Like, some of the basic enemy attacks don't do that much knockback to you. Okay. Whew. Gotta go down and to the left. What's up? Oh, I can hit them through this. That's sick. Oh my god. See, look at how much damage that did. And I'm not, like... I'm not exactly in danger of dying. Oh, that killed them. Okay. Oh, there's a key over there. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, okay. Wait, hold on. I know how to get back up there. Yeah! Let's just go this way. Perfect. Do that. Now we can go through here. Okay. Oh, what? I thought I'd be above him. I guess that's more of that, like, character being slightly bigger. Got him. I think he's dead. No, not quite. Oh, wow. That Deku Nut saved him, I think. A little bit of item knowledge actually helped me there. If you get hit by that pitfall in the air, you just fall down to the ground. But if you get hit by it on the ground, you actually get put in a little hole. You know, they fucking put you in timeout. But I got hit by it in the air, so I was able to just, like, get back up. And now I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I guess, to go back to the TikTok ban for a little bit, this is sort of the beginning of a much more openly censorious United States, which will be... It'll be difficult to navigate. You know, if you think that the brain of the median voter is cooked now, just you wait for the normalization of Nazi propaganda so long as it serves American military interests. You know? Or American business interests, you know? Because part of the reason that the TikTok note about like, oh, won't President Trump please save us, wink wink nudge nudge, is that, like, the sort of opposition between American and Chinese geopolitical interests is very, like, in a way it's kind of surface level. You may notice that I mentioned that, like, different countries have their own military industrial complexes. That's the relevance of that is that fundamentally, the military-industrial complex, regardless of country, has basically the same interest. They're just a set of business interests, like any other, you know? And what do they want? They want that capital to keep flowing. They want that profit to keep flowing and stuff like that. Superheroes in media are going to become Nazis? I mean, maybe. You know, I can't see the future and shit. Like I've said many times, predictions are hard. I'm alive somehow? get this chuckle fuck out of here. Oh, I'm up. Oh, okay. I'm up here. I see. Captain America beating up black people when... Yeah. I mean, the thing about the superhero media is I almost think that it was like a moment in time. It was like a snapshot in time. And I really don't think that superhero media is that popular anymore. You know? Which is kind of crazy to say. I guess, like, Invincible is pretty good. And there are some shows that have, like, openly progressive showrunners that may be, you know, carried through to completion and stuff like that. But, like, we've already seen some companies like Disney start to be more censorious with openly queer content and stuff like that. And, you know, you could probably start to expect that in superhero media. It might not, you know, it's probably not going to be the case that everything just turns into Nazi shit right away, but it could very well be the case that we see superhero stuff, or like media generally, kind of revert back to a 1990s-esque state, or like 1980s, 1970s, or even further. You know, if superhero comics really continue to be a thing as much as they have been, which I don't know that they will. Again, this could just be me and the media that I'm exposed to, but it really seems like people are not really... Superheroes aren't really compelling to people anymore, because as I've talked about, a lot of what superheroes represent is just a defense of the status quo, you know? A lot of superhero comics are just copaganda, and nobody likes cops. Okay, so I'm going up. Cookie. Right? Yeah, okay, I'm going the right way. Anti-heroes are more popular. Look how popular the first Joker was. Yeah, Joker and Deadpool as well. You know, this has been a trend for some time. Be funny if they turned, like, Sam Wilson Captain America into, like, one of those... one of those anti-woke shticks. That would be kind of funny. I don't know if they'll do that. But... You know, maybe. I mean, if I know about movie production, then the current Captain America movie is not going to be that if they were going to do it, because, you know, movies take a long time to make. Oh boy, I have to fucking fight Meta Knight. Yes, please keep holding onto that beam sword and do not use your insanely broken regular moveset. That would be great for me. No, pick it back up. God damn it. Thank you. Got his ass! What type of stuff would the median voter like watching now? I don't fucking know. When you're so powerful, items make you weaker. Yeah. Certified Meta Knight moment. Oh. Get me out of here. Oh, can I not go through that? That's kind of wild. I'm just gunning it through here. Is this a, No, this is a different door. The entire point of Deadpool that he's a good guy, but the X-Men don't like him because he kills. Yeah. And in fact, there's a little bit in Deadpool 2 where, you know, there's that, like, fucking mutant orphanage facility or whatever, where it's basically like, oh yeah, this is like one of those religious orphanages where the guy that runs it is clearly a pedo or like otherwise child predator, like abuser of kids, and like Russell, like the kid Russell is being like horribly abused in that climate, but all the X-Men really care about, because they are an institution unto themselves, is protecting the integrity and status quo of other institutions. So they, like, don't bother to investigate, but Deadpool, like, recognizes the signs right away or some shit. You know? I'm telling you, man. Okay. Okay. Wait, that was my last character? I didn't notice. Okay. Irony of a leftist group becoming a defense for the status quo is not lost to me. The X-Men are not a leftist group. They are a liberal group. In fact, very frequently, you know, I think we've even talked about this before, where Charles Xavier and the X-Men are sort of the liberals' image of what they think Dr. King was, you know? Which doesn't work. You know? I dead? Yeah. X-Men are real liberals. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that no matter what the X-Men do, the persecution of mutants and their otherization always persists. It's because their political tactics just aren't effective. You know, they're not really challenging the structure. They're not in any meaningful way challenging the power structure or institution that perpetuates the oppression and repression of mutants. In the real world, read that as queer people. All they're doing is fundamentally they're asking them to be nicer. But they can't be nicer because those institutions were built, like the ethnic supremacist institutions in the X-Men, you know, the human supremacists or whatever, were built on a bedrock of like anti-mutant supremacy. You know, they are explicitly supremacist institutions. Nope. Xavier's like, please let us exist, please. Yeah, and his pleas are fall upon deaf ears. But the thing is, right? He shouldn't stop pleading for their right to exist. But he shouldn't be pleading in earnest, is the thing, right? Saying all we want is to exist is actually a pretty good argument for the general public. Like, we just want to be left alone, dog. You'd be surprised how many, even like MAGA types, you know, like, you know, the average Republican voter, it probably, like, you know, is anti-queer in the abstract, but ultimately doesn't care all that much. And if they have like a gay son or daughter or whatever, it, you know, in a way that like personally affects them, they'd probably, in many instances, they care about them, and they sympathize with, like, man, I just want to exist, I just want to be left alone, you know? It's a very simple and libertarian and appealing message. Like, just leave me alone, dog. I'm just trying to live out here, same as you. Like, no government intervention in my fucking, you know, in my fucking identity, please. I would rather not the government not tell me, like, you're dumb and bad and wrong for being gay. But the, you know, those earnest pleas, that has to be for the sake of the public. For the sake of the government, you have to be using that sympathy to Like, you have to be, if you are a labor group or a marginalized group or whatever, you have to be treating the government as though it's an oppositional force that doesn't want to do anything good. You know? That the government and corporations must always be, by political movements, treated as oppositional forces that want bad things to happen because it enriches them or consolidates power in the hands of a small class of people. You know? Because that's functionally, that's what the state and corporations are, you know? But to bring that all the way back, you know, I genuinely don't think that Professor Xavier understands that. So he falls into the trap of like sort of ineffectual activism that doesn't accomplish all that much. You know? Meanwhile, you have Magneto, who's supposed to be like the other side of the coin, where he's all about the treating governments and corporations as though they are oppositional forces that want to exterminate you, but kind of leaves out the part where you're supposed to also be trying to generate public sympathy. They don't really understand it. They also don't care to actively discriminate against minorities. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a pretty good description of, like, median voter or like, Trump supporter types, is that they don't understand, but they also, like, don't care that much. I'm getting fucked up. Is it funny that they're in the universe where liberals are meant to be the heroes and they keep losing? It is extremely funny, and it's telling in a very unintentional sort of way, I think. Because to liberals, losing is a virtue. I'm kind of being serious when I say this, that liberals abhor using power. So to them, the abstention of power, not having power, is itself a virtue. It is a goal unto itself, where, like, an organization like the X-Men, being a good ideological stand-in for liberalism, will always lose, and they're like, yes, as it should be. You know, like it's a losing battle, but we have to fight it anyways. When they don't realize it's only a losing battle because they're electing to never use winning tactics, you know? History has shown, time and again, it is not impossible, in fact, for, you know, marginalized people to gain rights. You know, certainly things are not good, but they are better than they used to be in many ways. There have been, like, the dialectic has advanced throughout history, but liberals don't, like, they're incapable of perceiving or understanding that. So to them, it's like, we have to do it because it's morally right, but doing it is impossible because, like, they sort of capitulate to the impossibility of, like, people having rights, I guess, or something like that. Oh, fuck, am I meant to... Okay. Are you kidding me? I swear I air dodged with the exact same timing, but for some reason that time it didn't let me. And they get played by people like Trump. Yeah, you know, fell for it again award. And, I mean, the only reason that Trump propagates that narrative is, well, because he's kind of a big doofus who loves applause from reactionaries. Very easy crowd to gain applause from. And also because business interests are very reactionary, and he's a part of said business interests. You know, they're all on the same team. In reality, you know, the wealthy mutants are on the same team as the wealthy humans. You know, the, like, those class lines. I don't know, they probably never touch on this in X-Men, quite fittingly so, because liberals don't believe that class divisions exist. Seriously clown car ass ideology. But, you know, if there were to be, like, wealthy mutants and much poorer mutants, the poorer mutants would have, like, way more in common with poor humans. And, you know, other oppressed groups of non-mutants than they would with the most privileged members of even their own, like, genetic or ethnic background or whatever. Does that make sense? It's funny that Trump's picture for the presidency looks more fascist than last time. I think I know what you mean, and yes, it is quite funny. That, like, his picture, like, he kind of looks horrendous now. You know? Okay, I guess I'm going this way. Right? Yeah. Gonna go through here. Let's go down here. Anywho. One other thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to give actually an addendum to the segment where I talk about the fires in LA. I'm sure I will get to editing this because there's a point where I say that, like, preliminary estimates have $50 billion of damage as, like, the number. Recently I saw it's more like $150 billion of damage, but more importantly, there have been some more developments out of LA since I last talked about this. One of which concerns landlords, and of course you know that can never, like, lead to anything good. I'll see if I can find the More Perfect Union post about this. But I heard, again, future may corroborate this, that there are landlords in LA that are planning to hike rents as much as 124%. And as out of left field as it sounds, I gotta hand it to Markiplier because he was right about this. He made a video, update video, where he was like, yeah, the fires are raging, but I'm okay, guys, you know, don't worry. And you know, of course, I was relieved to hear that because I like Markiplier. But one thing that he mentioned was that, like, he said kind of disappointedly, I guess, as he was like, man, I know, you know, it's unfortunate because I know that the private real estate developers are all gonna, like, come and gobble up the real estate and stuff, like vultures and whatever. I don't know if he used that exact wording, but he, you know, he did say that, like, oh yeah, the, like, private real estate developers are gonna run amok, basically. And I was like, shit, you know, that had been in the back of my mind, but, you know, he's right. All of that destroyed land is gonna open up plenty of opportunity for those private developers. Especially because a lot of people had their insurance canceled. Damn it. I know what you're supposed to do there, but I fucking couldn't do it in time. You're supposed to roll or spot dodge. And that's an instant kill. Beavers? No, it didn't matter. That's a tiny mushroom. I don't want that. No! I said I didn't want that, and then here I am anyway, being a tiny bitch. And I'm dead. This is going well so far. This is another one of those bosses where whoever said this earlier, you were right, that, like, this Subspace was meant to be played through in, like, multiplayer. Oh no, I was spamming it. I need to time it. Okay. Ow. Dude, he did the Wii Fit trainer thing. He just spawned a bunch of clones of himself. Okay, roll through it. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that. Okay. Well, there I go. Was that like a hitbox from his teleportation? Did that have a hitbox? If so, I actually haven't seen that before. Yeah, give me back in there. So when I said that, like, in the first time that I talked about the LA fires, I said that, like, there are a lot of things that are going to have to change if LA doesn't want to, like, experience this again, but it looks like none of them are going to really change, which is unfortunate. You know? Oh, I almost had it. I timed it a little bit better that time, but I didn't dodge the second one ultimately. Oh yeah, that does have a hitbox. Okay, that's kind of goofy. Ow! Okay. Okay. It's gonna do that. Oh. Okay, he's gonna... Mr. Saturn! Ow. I didn't jump there. What the hell? I meant to do up smash. Okay. Okay, he's gonna... Dude, that sends me at such an unfair angle. Genuinely kind of crazy. Ow. Fuck. At least that doesn't kill you. I swear I hit roll again. God. Ooh. Okay. Okay, he's gonna do that. Oh, okay, so that's kind of a short attack. Okay. You have to get really deep into like the hitbox there to do anything. No, I'm dead. Dead as fuck. I like this boss's music. It's cool as boss music, I'll say that much. But yeah, as you know, despite my protestations from across the internet, I'm not in fact the main character, and am in real life quite powerless actually to prevent the interests of private capital from just doing whatever the fuck. And them doing whatever the fuck means, you know, private real estate companies and such being all vulture-y and not only gobbling up more like real estate in LA, but like doubling down on the circumstances that produced this fire in the first place. That is to say, like, probably single-family zoning, and you know, definitely not like addressing the arid conditions in the region, and of course, apart from that, further enshittification of the city, so that like nobody can fucking afford rent ever. you know? The one thing that I hope happens as a result of this, directly or indirectly, is that tenant unions start to pop up. That would be that'd be good. I wanna get him to do that like one-hit kill attack, and I want to dodge it just one time to prove that I can in fact do it. But if I beat the game, then I beat the game, and that's, you know, it's whatever. Ow. Oh, you can shield that? That's crazy. There are so many enemies that'll just break your shield in one hit. I was genuinely surprised when, like... I was genuinely surprised when he, like, hit my shield and it didn't break. Okay, he's gonna do the laser. Get back here. Okay. Got it! Let's go, baby! That is the most difficult attack in the game to dodge. No, and then I get fucking hit by that thing. Imagine this character was introduced as, like, a new Smash Bros. Character. That'd be fucked up. Do you imagine? Crazy shit. Alright, I gotta... No. Ah, okay. No, I swear, if I die now, after having done that, you gotta be kidding. Okay, okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, I'm alive. He doesn't have that much health left. Oh, roll out of there. That should be it. Got his ass. Let's go. Cooler boss fight than Ultimate? Debate me? I can't debate you, because it is, like, I agree. It is a cooler boss fight. Let's go. Nice. On the run that I dodged the fucking impossible attack, I beat it. Nice. Get fucked, Taboo. I might clip some of that. I'm gonna clip some of that later. That's good. Good material. And they all got unbombed. Hilarious to think Sonic saved the whole Nintendo universe. Hey man, they say Genesis does what Nintendo don't or some shit, right? And that's that in action. Oh yeah, one of the goofiest things about this game, they did actually write a whole ass song in Latin for this game. And I, like, don't care about it. Skip! Oh, I can't skip. I can't skip it. Alright, well, we're just gonna sit here through Latin song and end credits, I guess. Here, let me see, one does not simply skip through the Subspace end credits. You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you got a point. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Apparently, the story I mentioned with LA landlords jacking up the prices of rent has progressed even further than I thought, because apparently it says that the governor has extended protections against rent gouging related to the fire. Governor Gavin Newsom has... Well, this is the California Apartments Association. So this could be like a real estate developer interest thing. Governor Newsom has extended California's rent gouging protections in response to the firestorms. His latest executive order, issued Thursday, January 16th, prohibits rent increase of more than 10% in Los Angeles County through March 8th, 2025. These restrictions apply to existing tenants and new leases during the emergency period. Huh, okay. Violators of this could face up to a year in county jail, fines of up to $10,000, or both, along with civil penalties. That's not much in the way of punishment, but I think the fact that they're recognizing that this is an emergency where you need to provide these sort of protections is important, you know? It's like, it's crumbs, but the fact that they feel like they need to dole those crumbs out at all speaks to the seriousness of the situation. And again, I hope that like tenants unions will start forming over this. Though now that I think of it, it's possible that the reason that the governor tried to do like a meager reform to stave this off is to prevent the formation of tenants unions. Because I know Gavin Newsom is a sleazy son of a bitch. I always think of Satoru Iwata in this part of the credits, R.I.P. Oh, yeah, that's right. As cool as Subspace is, I always felt like Brawl was a little bit too self-serious. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, it's the only story mode, I think. Well, I mean, Ultimate has a story mode, but I think this is a way better story mode. You know, it's the best story mode in the Smash Bros. Series. But, you know, I just feel, I think it takes itself a little too seriously, you know? And that's not to say that it can't take itself a little seriously, right? The aesthetic of the game is clearly geared towards that. But I don't think it's warranting of like you wrote a whole Latin hymn or whatever. You know, like they just went overboard with that particularly. You know what I mean? Yeah. The end. You know what? As much as it wasn't fun at times, I think it was worth it. Got 85%. I didn't 100% it, but I did beat it. On the hardest difficulty. It took many... Wasn't the Latin part supposed to be goofy? No. It was not. It is not supposed to be goofy. They did that in earnest. There you go. Oh. Don't need to do that. We cleared all the stages of Subspace Emissary on intense difficulty. Look at that. Collected all the online friend icons. And there you go. Subspace Emissary. Over and done with. Let's go. That concludes that sort of arc of the stream where I wanted to do that. Now I guess I'm gonna take a second, I guess, to brainstorm. You can do All-Star and Boss Rush. Zero shot I am spending any more time playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. No, the reason I did Subspace, to tell you the truth, is because it was a story mode. It was a story mode of a game that had a defined starting and ending point, and I don't usually do that, you know? You guys come to my streams, usually you see me playing Mario Kart. And in the intervening couple of streams, in the intervening week, I might return to Mario Kart. Because yes, Gotron, you're right. I did learn a couple of things from this. I think we learned a couple of things. I learned that I'm still not very good at commentating, like, when I'm playing this kind of game. You know, I thought that Brawl being a slower game wouldn't warrant as much attention, but it clearly still does. You know, especially playing through Subspace on the hardest difficulty, you know, in a way I kind of brought that on myself, but I really wanted the gameplay to feel, like, authentic and like it was actually a challenge, and not like it was just going through the motions, baby, easy mode, you know? So in the future, I don't know, I feel like there's going to be something I have to do to prepare more for that, because I don't want to stop the political commentary. This is a inherently political Twitch channel that I do here. And that's the gist of a lot of my video content. You know? So in the intervening week, in the intervening period of time, I think I'm gonna return to doing some Mario Kart Wii just to sort of refresh the community. I know there are actually it's nice to think about. There is a subsection of the Mario Kart Wii community that actually does know about me. You know. So I think I'll go back to Mario Kart Wii for a little while, especially because new update just dropped for like Retro Rewind and stuff. And then what I want to do is, in fact, I will let you guys see this. I'm the opposite. I like not being known. Well, look, to each their own. And I get it. Anonymity is nice. But I feel like being known is also nice. Okay. So you guys will get an exclusive look at actually how I organize my stuff and like my Twitch stream and whatnot. So this is what I want to, I can explain this in a little bit. I think it's this. Yeah, here we go. So here we go. Subspace Emissary. That's what I wanted to do this time. And I played Subspace Emissary. Now what I think I want to do is go back to Mario Kart Wii for a little bit. And then I want to do some of this. I had an idea for Minecraft Creative Mode. And I was thinking that it would be fun to go into the Minecraft world and with some parameters, have Twitch chat tell me like what kind of house to build and in a way how to build it, right? I think that would be fun. Assuming there's enough of a presence in Twitch chat to do that. But there is a defined objective that I have in mind for the creative mode world. I don't want to go into anything just like kind of purposeless and aimless, right? And then maybe after that, I was thinking about playing Doom. I actually, if you can believe it, I don't think I've played any boomer shooters. But they're very cool, and I've seen other people play them. They look very fun. So that's what's what on the state of this this live stream channel. Now, of course, I will also in the intervening time when I'm not streaming, obviously, I'm going to be doing my real life stuff. I'm going to be editing. I'm going to be going to the food bank. I had work today, so that's that. Yeah. I guess next time I'll try to set things back up to play Mario Kart again, and I will, I don't know how much my initial intention of my stream to be like every other day or whatever. What do you do as a job? Out of curiosity, I'm a media producer, part-time. You know? Like, soundboard and cameras. Actually, let me check real quick. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want to check to see... yeah, you can kind of guess. I want to check to see, like... I think this is all the characters. 9 by 34 is 36 minus 1. Yeah, 35. That's every character. Okay, so I didn't get 100%. In Subspace, but I did unlock all the characters. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the menu, and then I know this is actually quite a short stream, but I did what I wanted to. When did you unlock Jigglypuff, Toon Link, and Wolf? Oh, that's actually a good question. I don't know that I did in the Subspace Emissary. I might have unlocked them elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? In retrospect, because you have to use Super Smash Bros. Brawl, this might not have been a good indication to see if I had like actually completed the game. Jigglypuff's down grab is sus. She like rolls around on your back or whatever. I guess. You have to use Brawl as a base ROM in order to get Project M going. And I think one of the things is it adds, or that you have to use, is a gecko code that unlocks all the characters. Like, I think if you install Project M, you get all the characters unlocked. So that might be what's up. You might have to look at it again, but trust me, it looks really sus. I'll take your word for it. Is it just in Brawl, or is it like in Melee also? Because I play Puff in Melee sometimes. But only against Spaceys and Fast Fallers. Sus in Ultimate, I know that. Oh, okay. Well, it's been a long time since I played Ultimate. Is anybody live that I usually rate? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's not going to be a raid today. I'll see you guys when I see you. I'll try to get the stream going again with some, you know, Mario Kart at least provides a good opportunity for me to commentate and get my thoughts out into the ether. You know, I feel relatively confident in my ability to talk while playing Mario Kart as well. Yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. I've got some plans in the works for this stream.